team, we're in. Woo! Come on. Come on, let's create some energy. Let's go. Foxy, Alice, Bushra, Christina, Tracy, John, Jamie, Gordon, Michelle, David, Nick, Jonathan. Good morning. Okay, 1 minute, guys, and we're off. All right, guys, good morning. How are we all doing? So first of all, guys, any questions? There will be a new starter Q&A on Thursday evening at 6 p.m. I will be putting the event up until today. Any questions before then, go directly into this Facebook group, unless for any reason they are ultra private, okay? They don't go onto the page. They don't go into my personal Facebook. They will get lost, I promise you, okay? This group is here to support, and someone will get back to you instantly. Very quickly, Bushra, yes, every single person gets an individual nutrition plan. Yours is on PT Hub under files. At the end of this, I will also go through the questions and why some of you are getting a tiny little bit lost. So just bear with me, and I'll do that bit at the end because we're going to do the coaching first, okay? So all the people who are recently joined and are on the 9th starting point, also do not panic, okay? If you are starting next Monday, we will still be doing a pre-week. There you go. You've got an extra week for free already. This is what we do. We always give more, okay? We always make sure that everyone is clear before they start. So do not panic, but slow down if you're new here, okay? You don't need to understand everything to begin with. And if you haven't done the first 5 videos of the mindset course and completed your questionnaire, you shouldn't be asking any questions because you shouldn't be doing anything else first, okay? Essentially, what you've done is you've ignored the welcome email and email 2, and you've skipped straight to answering 20 questions, okay? This is why people get overwhelmed. This is why people get lost. This is why people get quit. This is why people get quit. This is why people quit. The onboarding process is absolutely clinical towards results. I've tested it with over 1,000 people. Do not think it's different for you. Do not think you can skip bits out, and do not think you don't need any mindset coaching. Okay? If you think you don't need any mindset coaching and you want to skip it all out, drop me an email right now and I'll refund your money. Okay? Because it's critical towards results. Okay? People like Tony Robbins and Paul Moore and me have mindset coaches. Okay? Don't let your ego get in the way of laying the foundations and getting the basics right. Big shouts, okay? Abigail Smith, Lisa Robinson, Nick Swift, Tracy Noble, Leah Slater, Heather Howard, Richard Pitts, Christina Woods, David Bethel, Sarah Nenye, Michelle Bridgewater, Leah O'Connell, Bushra, and Lydia Bridgewood. Thank you for checking in this week. Every single one of you are smashing it, okay? If you started 2 or 3 weeks ago and you didn't check in, ask yourself the question, why? What is it that you were doing that was more important? What did you prioritize over it? What tasks were higher value, okay? So, Tracy, Heather, Bushra, and Lydia, I know you all asked questions. I will go through them at the end. There will also be a new starter Q&A on Thursday. So nobody panic, just calm your emotions, okay? The mindset course came in the second email that you received that will have been 8 a.m. the morning after your welcome email. So just listen carefully. Email 1, if you haven't got it, it's gone into spam. Unless you joined in the last 48 hours, you might not have it yet. Okay, this is your promise, your questionnaire, and your day planner. Email 2 is the first 5 mindset videos. That will come at 8 a.m. the morning after the welcome email. If you've skipped ahead of that and started talking about nutrition and mindset and everything else, stop now, go back to email 2, get those 5 videos watched, okay? So on to the coaching, guys. But yeah, essentially all those names that I just read out, you will be at the top of the list to receive the brand new brochure, invite, and a very special package in the post at the end of your 5 weeks, which will be offering you a place on Unbreakable 90. When you see what's in it, trust me, it's going to blow your minds. So well done. If you haven't yet had a mention, let's start stepping forward a little bit more. Let's start making yourself known to me and the group, okay? Remember, it's invite only. There's lots included. There's leather-bound planners, okay? There's quarterly meetups. There's one-to-one turbo coaching calls with me. There's t-shirts, okay? There's a lot, okay? You want to be on this and you want to get an invite, but you've got to show me that you deserve your place. So how do we stop snoozing and how do we create electrifying energy? Almost every single person has said on their check-in this week, those that were asked to check in, by the way, Lee, your energy's on fire, okay? Just keep these videos coming. Keep the motivation coming. I've never felt so good. I've never felt so strong. My head's never felt in such a good place, okay? And look at my energy now. Look how inspired I am. Look how driven I am. Look how focused I am. Look how motivated I am. And you guys are feeding off it. And I want you guys to be able to create this exact same energy that I create every day. People watch these videos, okay? And they'll think, Jesus, what's he on? I'm not on anything, trust me. Okay? Maybe a little bit of Monster and an espresso, but that's it. Okay? And again, people say that to me when they see me DJ. Someone actually said that at Snowbombing. God, you were like on it. You were off it when you were playing in Strauss. I'm like, I wasn't. I hadn't had anything to drink at all. Okay, that energy was created. And we can all create that energy. But one thing that will help us to create that energy is stopping snoozing, okay? Amy Powney, you will know without a shadow of a doubt be receiving an offer. So do not worry. You've been very accountable. Get your phone out of your bedroom. There is no excuse for having your phone in your bedroom. Your bedroom should be for sleeping and shagging only. Okay? Not for scrolling. The first two S's, not the third one. Okay? So many people are staying up late, scrolling, spectating other people's lives. Transformation is not a spectator sport. If you knew, you might want to put your headphones in, you will eventually get used to some of my language. I do try to tone it down as much as possible, but essentially I get very passionate on these videos. Okay, that one wasn't even planned. So put your phone away at 8 o'clock at night. Okay. Theo just asked Kate what shagging is. Okay, there's an interesting conversation for you today. What's today's biggest win? Explain the bees and the birds to my son. Brilliant. I've opened the conversation for you, Kate. Okay, get an alarm clock that's not on your phone. Okay, you have to think about setting up your environment to win. And I know so many of you struggle with snoozing, okay? Just actually think about the ridiculousness of it before we come on to creating electrifying energy. You have this thing that's not this book, but imagine this is the phone. That's a great book, by the way, Robert Kiyosaki, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. There, and when you wake up and everything in your body, wrong way around, wants to go back to bed because it's warm, it's comfortable, and it's safe, all you have to do is go snooze. Okay, that's called setting up your environment to fail. And ultimately, if your phone's by the bed, I know you were checking it before you went to sleep. I know you were scrolling. That's why you probably couldn't sleep, because you were spectating other people's bullshit, getting triggered, getting wound up, thinking you're not good enough, thinking everyone's doing better than you, watching everyone highlights reels, overactive mind, okay? We've got to get these devices off at 8 o'clock. Go and have fun with your kids. Go and do one of the two S's, the correct S's, okay? Relax, wind down, complete your planner, review your day, create the plan for tomorrow, switch off and go to bed. Mine has to go in a drawer, okay, or I forget. That drawer, okay, is below the coffee machine downstairs in the kitchen, and there's an alarm clock onto it, okay? So that Nat and Logan don't wake up. When that goes off, I have to rock it out of bed like a bat out of hell, get down the stairs, I put the light on bright, flick the coffee machine on, I'm into the day. 1 minute past 5, 7 days a week, okay? That's how you stop snoozing, okay? Implement that and it will change your life. Okay, I promise you. So how do we create electrifying energy? Drop me a yes, yes, yes if you are ready and you want to feel this energetic and this inspired on demand every single day. Okay? Who doesn't want to feel that way? Who doesn't want to feel razor focused? Okay? There's nothing more attractive in life than a man or a woman on a mission. Okay, so here is the kicker, guys, and you'll get used to me saying that phrase all the time. Listen to this very carefully and write it down. You can still be tired, but completely inspired. You can still be tired, but completely inspired. For any of us to think that we're never going to be feel tired, You'll get used to my words as well. They've come out a little bit wrong. I'm like speech dyslexic. They come out the wrong way. Talk about people getting unshapen out of fit. That was on an advert. So we cannot expect to be a 10 every day, all the time, okay? At some point today, I will be very tired. That doesn't mean I'm not still inspired, okay? I can still be inspired to get the work done. The 5-mile run this morning in the rain when I was wetter than an otter's pocket, even though I was tired, okay? But what most people do when they're tired or they hit burnout or overwhelm or stuck in a rut, okay, is they give up. Let me ask you this question. How do you think my body and mind felt when I went into the 10th marathon in 30 days wearing 16 kilograms? On top of that, I worked the entire time, had a 2-year-old son, ran 3 businesses, okay, and trained. All in that 30-day period, and did all the press interviews. How do you think my body and my mind felt on that morning? Okay, I was physically absolutely lower than a snake's belly. On my butt, feet hurt, back hurt, brain hurt, glutes hurt, calves hurt, hip hurt, everything hurt. But I was mentally inspired. And this is how we're going to work on differentiating those two things. How can I be physically tired but mentally inspired? To a level where the physical tiredness doesn't make sense. Because let's face it, we're all going to get physically tired, right? Hands up if virtual hands up, or yes, if being physically tired or exhausted has been your excuse for giving up in the past. Hundreds of times. I just can't do it anymore. I'm knackered. I'm absolutely shattered. I can't physically work another hour. Okay? But then think of how it works in cycles, okay? You guys now will be feeling motivated and you will be feeling inspired, either because you're feeding off my energy, okay? Or because you're at the very beginning of your plan. Motivation is high. Everyone who's joined either the first 5-week enrollment or the second one, you will be feeling mentally inspired at the moment, okay? Very often, guys, again, drop me a virtual hands up or a yes. Who experiences this on a daily basis? So you get up now and you're how I am, okay? Your energy's good, you're focused, you've done your planner, you've set your goals, you've planned your food, you're about to go off, everything seems easy, and then by 1 o'clock in the afternoon, everything's gone to pot. Something's happened, it knocked you off your stride, you became reactive, you started fighting fires, you started just dealing whatever came up in front of you, you started checking your phone every 2 minutes, you didn't refer back to your planner, and before you know it, you'd woken up a 10, and by 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you're a 2, okay? But this is, again, what happens, guys. This is why people smash their first 1 or 2 weeks. There's people now who joined the 5-week 2 weeks ago who were smashing it and have now disappeared, who are now ghosting the group. They've gone back to their bedrooms, okay, like fucking children, because it got a little bit tough, because bank holiday happened, okay? It's easy at the start, whether it's the start of the day, the start of the plan, the start of the degree, the start of anything, okay? The start is easy. We set new goals, we're mega motivated, and then within 7 days, it's all gone. Drop me a yes if you've done that. Hundreds of times I've done that. Okay, before I was in Elite X, okay, and this is how important energy and who I surround myself is with me. Consider this, I pay Paul £1,200 a month just to be around his energy, okay, because I feed off it and I'm close to him all the time, okay, and it keeps me on point and he doesn't allow me to drift off, okay, because before, when I didn't have a coach that was doing things like this every week to that level, I would start a new plan, be great for 7 days, or a new business course, or a new training program, or a new whatever. And then after 7 days, back to your old habits, back to your old self, back to snoozing, back to making excuses. So common, guys. Okay. I've done it hundreds of times. You see it in smokers. They give up for 7 days, then they go back. Drinkers, they give up for 7 days and then they go back. Okay. I see this with my business clients all the time. Okay. Lee, how do I get more clients? You need to give more. Stop thinking about getting and start focusing on giving. How do I give more, Lee? Okay. Turn up on your socials every day and give value without asking for anything else in return. Brilliant, I'm on it. They do it for 5 days. They're not a multi-millionaire, so they go back to their bedrooms. Oh, live videos don't really work for me. Yeah, I don't think people, I'm not really that comfortable doing it. Yeah, I did 5 videos last week. I didn't get any new clients. Okay, 5. I did 365 consecutive ones during lockdown. That's how I built a business. Okay. People do the planner for 3 days and then they stop. If you're completing your check-in and you're answering, how many days did I complete the Unbreakable Daily Checklist and Planner? 1 to 3. Well, that's why your result was a 1 to 3 out of 10. Because what you put in, you'll get out. It's a direct reflection. Okay. Now, why does this happen? That's what we need to understand. Okay, I do it, guys, as well. When I was in Alliance before Elite X, I got called out by Kath. Lee, where are you hiding? You haven't submitted your scores this week in front of a whole group of other men. Okay, embarrassing. Okay, and it happens because as time passes, energy drops. As the day passes, energy drops. Okay. So again, you guys, who feels on fire now watching this? Who feels on fire watching my Monday lives? But then by Thursday, you're probably like 20% of where you were on Monday. Again, I feel this. This is why I schedule heavy personal developments on a Monday, a Thursday, and a Friday. Because Monday will probably get me through until Wednesday. Thursday, my energy will start to drop. That's why we do a Q&A on a Thursday, to pick you guys back up. Okay. It happens to everybody, guys. It happens to me. Okay. Like I said, sometimes it will happen to you by lunchtime today. You will feel incredibly inspired now. By lunchtime, you'll be all over the shop. Okay. We drift off. We never really finish what we started. Okay. It's why people get scared to join. Honestly, if I could show you guys some of the messages in the inbox, it's why people get scared to join the plan. Because time and time again, they've joined plans, felt inspired for 7 days, and then gone back to their old self. Okay. When it got tough. Okay. We've all started, haven't we? We've all done it with drinking, smoking, whatever. Yeah, that's it. I'm going to stop. 2 weeks, brilliant, straight back to normal. Okay. Or we kind of drop down to 50% effort. We start off running every day and then we drop down to 1 to 3 times per week. We start off doing the planner every day, then we drop down to 1 to 3 times per week. That's why we get 1 out of 3 results. Okay. But then what happens? Okay. We get reactive. We start to make things other people's fault. It's so-and-so's fault I didn't do the planner. It's the kid's fault I couldn't go to the gym. It's my husband's fault I failed because he didn't support me. Okay? We start blaming and complaining. Some of you guys even do this with me. You don't do the work and then you try to make it my fault. I've done that in the past. Okay? I've done that with my coaches, so I get it, okay? I get why. We don't ask for help and we suppress it until we're at literally breaking point, and then we blow our lid, okay? I've done it even recently with Ollie, okay? I was struggling with something. I didn't feel like he was supporting me. Rather than asking him on the Monday, I waited for 10 days and then I lost my shit. Okay, because I suppressed it. I'm going off one now anyway, but we become sporadic, don't we? We become inconsistent. We become grumpy, okay? And essentially it's because we stopped showing up. We stopped doing the work, okay? And this is when we start to say phrases like life just got in the way. I haven't got the headspace for this right now. What have you got the headspace for? Okay, I didn't understand it. Didn't get the support I needed. I'm a technophobe. This is why, again, guys, we have to be honest with ourselves. There's a question in the application for Unbreakable 90 and Elite 365, which some of you will be hearing about very soon in the post. Okay. And one of the questions is, what have you tried before and did it work? Some people list 10 things and then say no, or they say everything, nothing ever works for me. Complete victim mentality. Well, if you've tried, if you've been to 17 different coaches and none of them worked for you, I had to go through this lesson in bodybuilding. Ever considered that you might be the problem? I was the problem, not the coaches, but I made it about them. Okay, I wasn't doing the work. It didn't inspire me. So when I didn't get the results that I wanted because I didn't put the work in that I should have, I made it their fault. Okay, this is why, guys, I'm not drinking currently or 3 times a year, because I'm on a total focused mission to smash as many goals as possible, to have a massive impact on each and every one of you, okay? And I haven't got room for hangovers in that. It's not important to me, okay? I'm so fired up by what I want to achieve this year, this month, and this quarter that it's not even on my radar, okay? I don't have to think about trying not to drink, because my life is filled with inspired goals that are getting me so excited that I'm not even thinking about it. It's not even on my radar, okay? And this is how we start to understand energy, okay? So how do you guys think, okay? Because I need some water. How do you guys think we create energy? How do you think we stop quitting after 1, 7, 14, 21 days? How do we stop stopping? How do we stop getting started and then always ending back at square one? Giving up. Answer in the box any ideas that you think, okay? And if no one has any ideas, then this is why the next 15 minutes is going to change your life if you can understand it and implement it. Understanding it's easy. It's about implementing it, okay? So when we fall off the wagon, when we hit a setback, when we hit rock bottom, when we really need to sort ourselves out, when we get that low that change is critical, this is what most people do with body fat, drugs, alcohol, relationships, destructive behavior. They wait until it's so critical that change has to be made. Okay? What do you say to yourself when this happens? Reminding myself of my why, excuses, not planning, discipline, mindset. All good points, but all wrong. Okay? What do even I say to you guys sometimes? This is, I got this from Paul this week, guys. This is absolutely huge. And I'm never, ever going to say it to one of you guys again, but I've said it, which just shows how wrong we can be. Okay? Maybe you just need to rest for a couple of days. Maybe you just need a bit of time out. Maybe you just need to manage your expectations. Maybe you need to slow down, okay? When we've hit burnout, okay? When things have got too much, when we feel like we can't go on, okay? We think we just need to have a break. We just need to have some balance. We just need to get time out. This is not the answer, okay? Because by rest or time out, what we're secretly saying is, I want to go back to my old shitty standards and shitty habits for a few days because it's more comfortable and it makes me feel better. How is that going to create energy? How is going back going to create energy? How is taking time out going to create energy? Now, I'm not talking about rest from training. Of course, recovery is important. Okay, but people will say things like, I'm just going to take time out and just stop doing everything for a few days just to get my head back together. That is utter crap. You're saying I'm going to go back to the old poor standards that led me to where I am now in the first place. Okay, I've done it. I understand it. Okay, you basically listen to this. Listen to the word. I'm going to say the same word about 20 times in the next 5-10 minutes. Okay, and that word is back. And then we're going to look at how we replace the word back with new and how this is going to change your life forever. Okay, you're basically going back to the old you is what you're subconsciously doing. Okay, because it's got tough, because the road to straight success wasn't a straight line. Okay, because you hit a rumble strip, because there were obstacles, because it rained, because there was a holiday, because there was Christmas, because you fell off of the wagon. Okay, but those standards that you're talking about going back to are the reason why you signed up to change in the first place. Okay, back to I just need to get back to my old self. No, you don't. I just need to get back to this. No, 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 no. We do not need to go back ever. But we all say that. Okay. Now, in regards, I'm off on one. In regards to going back to creating energy. Okay. Who's ever drop me a yes. Who's ever started a book and completed it in a day? Who's ever watched a Netflix series or season and completed it in a day or a week? Some people, and this absolutely makes me very, very happy, start the mindset course and complete all 28 videos in under a week. Okay. Why do you think that happened? How were you able to do that? What made you complete the book in one day? Because it was inspiring. Because it was exciting. Because it was new. You didn't go back to the old book that you'd read before and read it all in one day. You didn't go back to the Netflix series that you'd already watched and complete it in a day. You didn't go back to your old self and move forward. You went back to your old self. Your old self didn't work. Drop the word back, okay? So what we're going to discuss is not how do we rest and get back to my old self? How do I renew? How do I replace the word back with new and implement that from today? Because let's face it, information and knowledge is nothing if we don't take it away and implement it, okay? So even in renewing my energy, the word new, this is a huge breakthrough for me, this, okay? I've only learned this in the last week from Paul. Taking a break and going back to your old habits is never going to help. Okay? Taking time out because things got tough isn't going to help. Okay? You will go backwards and then you will struggle to get back on track. Okay? Now listen to this, because I guarantee you've said it, and I've said this so many times, and this is where we all go wrong. And like I said, I've only learned this in the last week. Who said this? Drop me a yes. Oh God, I just need to get back in shape. Do you know what, Lee? I need to sign back up. I just need to work with you again and get back to my old habits. I need to get back to my old self. I need to get back to my old routine. Okay, sound familiar? We all say it all the time. Who says this? I reckon every single person in this group has said this. I just need to get back on it. I just need to get back on it. Back on what? Back in the past. It didn't work. Whatever you were on didn't work. So why do you want to go back to it? Backwards. Who wants to go backwards? I don't want to go backwards. Okay. And the reason why you can't go back is because it didn't work. Okay. And the reason why it didn't work is because it wasn't exciting. It wasn't inspiring and it wasn't sustainable, and you knew how to do it. It was comfortable and it was familiar, which is why you quit. Okay. It was boring. It was in your comfort zone. It was mediocre. It was half-assed. It was never inspiring to start with, which is why you quit. That's why you lost That's why you lost momentum so quickly. That's why you lost motivation. That's why you fell off the wagon. And that's why you quit. Because what's inspiring is new. Listen to the difference in these two things. I want to get back to my old self. I want to create a new me. I want to get back to my old self. I want to seek out new challenges that inspire me. I want to get back to my old routine. I want to create a new routine that kicks the shit out of my old routine. I want to get back on it. I want to get more on it than I've ever been on it in my entire life, because I'm on an inspired, focused mission. Okay, new, not old, forwards, not backwards. I don't want to run 10 marathons wearing a 16 kg weighted vest in 30 days this year. Why? Because it's boring. I've done it. I know how to do it. I've achieved it. It won't inspire me. It won't create energy. I need to do more. That's why I'm doing 101 miles, going the extra mile in 24 hours. Check this out. I'm actually aiming for 130 plus miles in 24 hours. So by default, 101 should be pretty easy. Okay. I did last year. I want to break the unknown. I want to create new boundaries. I want a new mission. I want something that no one else has done. I want something that makes me feel inspired, focused, and driven, and flying down to that 5 a.m. alarm every single day. And that's how we create electrifying energy on demand. Aim forwards, measure backwards. Not measure backwards, not go backwards. Okay, most people are looking backwards and aiming backwards. I just want to get back to where I was. Cover your kids' ears, but fuck that. I want to go somewhere I've never been because it's exciting. Okay, the past is boring and predictable. You've been there, you've done that. It didn't excite you. That's why you quit. It's why you gave up. We have to have inspired goals that require better than past standards. Okay, things you know how to do will never get you out of bed. Every time you get tired, you'll give up. Okay, if you haven't already, Tracy, and this will prevent me from sending you a text message, however, I will still voice note you afterwards. If you haven't already, go back and do guide 106, which is the hot pen technique. Guide 106 in this group. Okay, which was creating epic, inspiring, exciting goals for 2022. Bypassing the bullshit. Stop setting mediocre goals because you don't know how to achieve them. You don't need to know how to achieve them. I do not know how I'm going to run that fire in 24 hours. All I know is that I will. I'm grateful in advance. I trust the universe, and my actions will take me there. I don't know how to do it. If you get stuck in the how to, or what I call the shit zone, which is between where you are now and where you want to go, you will subconsciously talk your way out of it. Okay? If you want electrifying energy on demand, you need electrifying goals. You need an electrifying mission. Stop talking yourself out of what it is you really want. Okay? Also, Tracy, Guide 73, all of you, Guide 73, how to stop quitting and produce motivation on demand. Guide 43, finding your inner passion and lighting your fire. Most people aren't depressed, they're bored. Okay? Most people aren't anxious, they're distracted. Okay? They don't have something to focus on that makes them feel excited, so they focus on how they don't want to feel, why they're not good enough, why it's different for them. Okay, we know this, guys. We're either survivors or we're victims. That comes down to how we view everything. Okay, guide number 1 in the mindset video, your why. Okay, and guide 121, I updated it in this, find your why and you'll find your way. So you've got those two. Once we've created this exciting mission of running 101 miles in 24 hours, we then need to attach emotions to it. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it to have an impact. I'm doing it to show people that if they're willing to turn up, focus on what they want, and create an inspired mission that they can achieve and be anything that they want. And every single one of you can do it. That's my emotional attachment to it. Okay, I'm doing it so my mum will be looking down with pride. So I will be my little boy's hero. So I'll inspire all of you to believe that you too can achieve anything you want. Because if I can, you can. Most of you guys know my start in life. Nothing special about me. Just a simple guy who refused to give up. Okay? But when we set inspired goals, we don't need to know how to achieve them there and then. Then we work backwards. That's what the training will teach you. Okay. But this is how I create this energy. I'm always learning. Look, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Essentialism. Okay. The Pursuit, Tracy, this is the book for you. The Disciplined Pursuit of Less. Okay. I think I recommended it to you. The Winning Mindset. Okay. What sport can teach us about great leadership? I'm looking for inspiration every day. Okay, I'm always reading new books. I'm always looking for new things. I don't go back to the old books that I've already read. I look for new. Just get that in your head. New, not back. New, not back. Forwards, not back. Forwards, not back. If it's not new and it's not exciting, that's why your energy will drop. Because when our goals are that inspired, they're that exciting, and they're not egocentric, they're about something bigger than us, that is how you will create energy on demand. I've completely lost my voice. Okay? Like the energy I have now, like the energy Paul has relentlessly, like I said, that's why I'll invest that amount to be around him on a daily basis. Okay, because when we're physically tired, as long as the goals are strong enough, we can still be emotionally inspired. That's what we started with. I can be physically tired, but emotionally inspired. But if we don't have a mission that excites us to the max and that we don't know how to achieve, and that our goals are boring and mediocre, then that's why we give up. Okay, if you do the same things, you're going to get the same results. If we do new things, we're going to get new results. So my challenge for you today is, what areas of your life do you need to renew, not go back to? Is it your fitness goals? Is it your mindset goals? Is it your career goals? Is it your relationships? Okay, what areas of your life do you need to renew? Who is the new you that you want to create? What's the new mission that you want to be on? What's the mission that inspires you and excites you and scares the shit out of you at the same time? Because let's not forget, fear is the emotion of growth. Okay? What's the mission that's going to renew your energy on a daily basis? Okay? Guys, what's been your biggest take home from this video? Okay? Then I'm going to leave you with a little bit more of an action point. So, which area of your life, okay, which area of your life are you not producing results in? And what are you going to do to renew your energy in that area? Okay. Nobody needs to go back to their old self. Okay. If your old self was inspired, you never would have quit. Okay. We have to create this mission, because if we don't have a mission that we are focused on, we will be attracted towards drama. We'll be attracted towards procrastination. And again, we're going back to the planner. By the way, guys, you guys who are already on Unbreakable 90 or the monthly subs and the, in fact, I'm going to see if I can show it to you on my phone. If we're not doing the planner every day, guys, then even if we create this inspired mission, what's going to happen? We'll forget about it. We'll get distracted. Okay. Everyone is going to be getting one of these. Can't see it. So it's going to be an Unbreakable 90. There's like a delay on here. There we go. Leather-bound planner with some quarterly goal settings at the start and a review process at the end, and 90 planners all put into a book. Okay. For Unbreakable 90 and 365 members. unbelievable. So you're going to be able to just have it there like a book, like you see mine by your desk. Okay. But again, this is the big kicker here, guys. If we don't create the inspired goals, we will get bored and distracted. But also, if we don't use the planner and remind ourselves of our mission every day, we will get distracted. What happens when we get distracted? Okay, our energy drops. We gravitate towards drama. That's when we end up eating shit or drinking, because we can't handle our emotions, because we lost focus of what it is we want, the emotional reason why we want it, and the action that we're willing to take to move towards it. I've completely lost my voice, guys. Okay. Would you guys agree that planning 101 miles in 24 hours, okay, and doing the fan dance with Ollie Ollerton on the 1st of July is going to be enough, as long as I remind myself of it every day, to keep me inspired and focused and driven until the 1st of July? And that's only 3 months. Okay. I've got an inspired goal that excites me. I've got a plan to achieve it. And now I'm going to remind myself of it daily, along with the emotional attachment of why it is I want to achieve it. But guess what happens on June the 2nd? I set new goals. I go bigger. What's going to be harder than the fan dance? What's going to be harder than a 101 miles? Because if I'm not going forwards, I'm going backwards. If I'm not raising my standards, I'm dropping my standards. You guys who have been here a long time, look at the standard of this group compared to when you joined. Okay. There is no staying still. There is no comfortable. If you try and find comfort, you will end up uncomfortable by default. I guarantee you. Okay. So every single quarter, whether it's joining Elite X, whether it's running marathons, whether it's the fan dance, whether it's anything, I have to, whether it's this group, whether it's coaching you guys, I have to find something new that is inspired, exciting, and is going to force me to raise my standards on a daily basis and then remind myself of it. And that, my friends, is how I create electrifying energy on demand. Okay. So today your job is to create that mission. A mission that makes you feel inspired. A mission that you don't know how to achieve. Something you've never done before. Something that even when you are physically exhausted, you're still going to be mentally inspired. Okay. Because that is what will create electrifying energy on demand. Guys, that's all I've got. Hope that's been helpful. Drop me a energy in full capitals in the box if you've watched this until the end and you found that helpful. So just to recap as well, newbies, don't panic, okay? If you just joined and you're on the 9th of May starting date, I'm going to give you an extra week for free, just to make sure you're clear, okay? Remember, guys, Nat and I bespokely write every single nutrition plan. You may have been with some very poor coaches in the past that send the same shite to every person, not us, okay? So it does take a bit of time. We have to calculate. It has to be perfect for you, okay? We have to set you up on the app. We have to create your training. We have to assign it, okay? This is why we have that period of you guys doing the first 5 mindset videos at the start. So you're in a flow. Completing the planner, you've got 5 days of mindset, 5 days of planner. By the time you've done those 5 days, we'll have had everything with you, okay? So, okay, quick questions, which I'll rehash these on the Q&A anyway. Tracy Noble said, I can't lift heavier weights on my upper body, okay? Than I can on my leg. My reply to this is really simple. You don't need to, okay? It's not about lifting heavier, guys. When we just focus on lifting heavier, the only thing that's going to grow is our ego, okay? As long as you're creating enough resistance and the muscle's under tension and you're getting a workout, and if you did 10 reps last week, you do 12 the week after. And if you did 12 the week after, you do 14 the week after that. That's progressive overload, okay? Don't get bogged down on how heavy you're lifting. The only thing that grows when we focus on the number is our ego, okay? And we're risking injury. So that's not something you need to worry about, okay? Bushra, your food plan is under your files on my,
please try again.
Shut up, Siri. On PT Hub, but do the mindset videos first if you haven't, okay? Each and every one of you, if you're new, please follow the 6-email onboarding process in order. If you haven't, this is how the emails come. You get your welcome email straight back, and then you get email 2 at 8 a.m. the next day. Here's how we do mindset. Then we get email 3, here's how we track food. Email 4, training. Email 5, accountability. Email 6, new starter checklist, okay? Those have to be done in order. If you don't do them in order, that's why you're going to get lost, okay? Heather Howard asked about protein. There is a guide, it's guide 7, is somewhere near the start. It's between, in fact, I'll tell you the exact guide, because this is really important as well for anyone who is struggling. Heather said she's struggling to get her protein up, which is a nationwide pandemic, which is why so many people are overweight, because they just live on carbohydrates. Because we all love the carbs, and everything that's quick and easy is carbs. So Heather, you need to refer to 2 guides, okay? Guide number 9 in this group is Nutrition Masterclass, How to Get Your Protein Up. That's one of the best trainings I've ever done if you're struggling with macros and getting your protein up. And guide number 10, Nutrition Masterclass, Planning Your Day in Advance on MyFitnessPal. So those would be where I'd angle you to, Heather. I'm just going to tag you at that point in case you're not listening. Done. Bushra, question. Like I say, guys, anyone else who's got any questions, I am going to stop answering questions to my personal Facebook and the page if they're not personal, okay? There isn't ever a stupid question, guys. Just post them in the group and it will help me provide more videos like this, because essentially if one person's got a question, 10 other people will have it as well. And it just stops me asking the same question 10 times and just saves time so we can spend more time coaching. Lydia, the question Lydia asked was, and I'm going to tag Lydia as well. Okay, so this is very, very common, guys. And again, remember, we'll be doing a new welcome meeting and Q&A on Thursday, so don't panic. And there's a Q&A Thursday morning, and there's one every week, so nobody panic. This is very common as well. Lydia said she's struggling to eat the amount of food, okay? Now, essentially, if you're anybody who's overweight, the amount of food that I've got you on is going to be less than you were eating before, okay? The difference is, because it's nutritious whole foods, it's exceptionally filling, okay? So it will feel like a lot more food. If you put a plate of 1,000 calories of chicken, rice, and broccoli next to a plate of 1,000 calories of McDonald's, one of them is tiny, the McDonald's, one of them is a massive mound. So that's why, for anyone struggling to hit their calories at the beginning, remember, it's an upper limit, okay? So you never need to force yourself to eat. Just do your best to get to that. And trust me, the more you move, the more you train, the more your body's going to start asking you for food, and you'll soon be asking me if you can have more. So don't worry about that, but never force yourself to eat. Try and space the meals out into like 4 even meals across the day. Guys, that's all I've got. I hope that's been helpful. I love you all. I'm so appreciative of you being here. I'm fired up for May. I'm going to deliver you guys more value than ever before. I'm going to serve you to the best of my ability, and we're all going to have an absolutely epic month and create more electrifying energy than ever before. Let's go.